Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Download Festival 2023. Alter Bridge are on the lineup. Mark joins me now. How are you, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the UK. Let's start right there. And let's start with the obvious kind of festival question here. It's Download. It's always a fun time, but this year it's the 20th one as well. It feels like an extra special event this weekend. Obviously, the extra day in there as well. Gotta be nice to be able to play in a place like this, but particularly this year, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and I think we've probably played it now about half the years it's been going.
Yeah.
So it's, we've been here so many times, it feels like home for us. So we're glad to be a part of the Big 20.
Nice. What kind of first memories do you have? Do you remember that first year you played and any kind of first memories? Because obviously, I think every band remembers Donington, but Download's a whole different experience. It's got to be nice.
I think the first time we played it had rained and it was muddy as hell everywhere. And
that doesn't narrow it down.
It was just a big mud fest. But we had fun. It was great. We never, this is probably the festival that's been the most important to us in the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice to hear as well, because you see the fans receive that as well. It's got to be nice to see, like we say, the countless times you played it at this point. They keep coming back for you guys, and they appreciate what you guys do, and it's got a nice seeing that build and build more and more as the years go by, right?
Absolutely. This has been, I think this area in general has been the best spot for our band, in the entire world. So we probably would have been retired if it wasn't for the UK. So.
Oh, there's a quote. My God, we're keeping you going, keeping you alive. It's all good. Well, I'm glad you are keeping going. The album, of course, last year, Pawns and Kings came out. I'm always intrigued when we get to this kind of point where it's a few months on from the record. How have you been finding that in terms of like the live reactions and stuff? I feel like it always changes things for bands when they put some maybe album tracks in there from the set, or just things you haven't played before, obviously, because it's a new record. Have you discovered anything, I guess, kind of putting those in the set and actually seeing them in front of the people?
Yeah, you never know. When you record a record, you think certain songs will go over well live, and then you play them live, and you get kind of a warm reaction. But some of the album tracks you don't think have it, that are kind of moodier songs turn out to be the big ones. So you never know until you play it live. You never know how it's gonna go over.
Nice. I mean, how quickly do you guys work in general? Because obviously, like we say, the album was just last year. Do you already think about new music when you're out on the road? How does that process kind of begin for you?
Yeah, me and Miles juggle a lot of stuff. I just recorded a new album right before this tour started. So I recorded something that will come out this year, and then I'll go into the studio with my solo band Tremonti early next year, hopefully. And I'm writing now. I just don't know what I'm writing for.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
That's an interesting challenge, actually, because obviously you do have so many kind of different projects on the go and stuff. Do you find... Is it a case of you earmark something when you've written and you think that's for Alter Bridge, or like how does it work for you? Is it just kind of natural flow?
Sometimes if it's a heavy metal, speed metal type of thing, I'll go to my solo project.
Right.
But if I really, really enjoy an idea, but I'm just not singing it as good as it could be sang, I'm like, Miles could kill this, so I'll save that for Alter Bridge.
That's nice. That's a nice way to be and kind of think those things out. Well, I mean, we talk about legacy and stuff, and kind of obviously we talk about the Download history and all that kind of thing. It's something that I think it's next year, isn't it? You guys are hitting, is it 20 years since the debut record for Alter Bridge? I mean, that's a crazy thing to think about.
20-year anniversary for us.
Man, I mean, anniversaries are what they are, I guess, but I mean, a couple of things on that. Firstly, is there anything you learned making that debut record that's actually stuck with you? It's obvious how much bands change, but is there anything you learned there that kind of stayed the same in your working process?
Geez, we've just been fighting to survive this whole time, writing the best music we can, and we learn something every record. So I don't think there's anything back then other than, everybody asks, what kind of advice can you give me if I'm a new band coming out there? And I always say, no matter how technology changes or how the world changes, as long as you keep writing a good song, that's the ticket. Just always focus on melody, focus on songs. Don't get caught up in anything else. One thing that I think we should have learned is our music videos are never great. We should have focused on how to present our band as a visual, but we never have. We always focus on the music. So maybe if I could rewind time, I would have kicked myself and said, pay more attention to that.
That's always a learning curve for every single band. I don't think any band's first music video is their best, you know what I mean? It always takes a little bit of time. In terms of that anniversary, have you guys discussed, do you think you might mark that moment, or are you just happy to kind of keep chucking on?
The trouble with that is it marks that moment on an off year for Alter Bridge. Usually Miles will do his solo project, I'll do mine. So hopefully we can get together and do like a One Day Remains run or something that just highlights that album. But fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. It'd be a nice thing to see. I'm sure the fans would absolutely love that. Well, I know you got a busy weekend ahead, but before I let you go, we've been asking this question to absolutely everybody here. Stacked lineup at Download this weekend, as we've said, absolutely huge. So, if you could collaborate with any other artist who's here this weekend, who would be the dream? Who would you absolutely love to work with?
Metallica, no question.
Straight
no
in,
question.
straight in.
Metallica's my favorite band. So, growing up, they were my heroes, and they still are. And I get to go perform tonight, put my guitar down, and hopefully watch their show from somewhere side stage. So it'll be exciting.
That's got to be something you're always going to get a kick out of. You're playing before Metallica tonight on the main stage. That's got to be, just as a fan, a lovely, lovely pinch me moment,
great.
right?
You know, when you walk up on stage and you see the Metallica road cases, you're like, you know, all those years of work have finally come to this, and it's you pinch yourself.
What a lovely moment. Well, enjoy it tonight, man. Always good to see you. We'll catch up again soon, all right? Mark, everybody.